What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to Soft Sports. I'm trying to make sure that it's showing up wherever it needs to show up. It's not telling me if it's on Facebook or not. I don't have it. I mean, this is showing on Facebook, but I can't see the Facebook chat, unfortunately. Well, let's get into it. Let me see if I can. I think I might have got it figured out because I know y'all was asking about the, bringing back the bank. So let me see what I can do with that. But let's see what we got joining us this evening to get into some conversation. Let you know how I feel about this whole situation. But tonight we're going to be talking about, if you don't know, welcome to Soft Sports. Soft Sports, the Houston, Texas Homer Network. I mean, we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, this is the secondary Soft channel. You know, the channel we mainly talk about those old punk-ass Texans. What the fuck that was? Here we're going to talk some Rockets, man. We're going to talk about the... Let me see what we got going on here. Okay, hopefully this should work. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. I don't know if it's connected or not. It might be connected to the wrong one. We'll see what happens. But let's see what we got joined us, man. Okay, and as we get everything going in. So we're going to talk about it. White Persuasion 335, DeMarcus. What's the motherfucking deal? Maximum Overdrives, Wise. What's the motherfucking deal? AA, Dewey Harris, Tay Hill. What's the motherfucking deal? We were top 3 seed in the West without fucking Russell Westbrook. What are you saying? What are you saying? If it wasn't for injuries, had they would have stayed halfway healthy, but we end up getting the number 4 seed last year? Something like that. Oh, because of all this, we end up dropping down because of the whatchamacallit. But what I'm saying is, like, if it wasn't for the fucking the last, who was it? Was it Portland and fucking whatchamacallit having the fucking thing? Man, we were all right. Here's my deal, okay? What people aren't saying is that the rest of the league was having to play catch up. The Rockets were solid. The only thing that was derailing the Rockets was injuries. And James Harden playing out of his mind. And even with all that happening, other teams barely got it. Who was it, like Denver and Portland? They had Denver, was everybody talking about Denver early in the season and all that. They barely pulled ahead. And then it came out of them tanking, some of the last games and doing some other little bullshit that put the Rockets in the position that they were in. The Rockets were back contending for a top seed. Even with the moves made by Memphis, Golden State was already out of there. The Rockets, here's the deal, the Rockets and Golden State is, I blame that whole thing. Yeah, CP3 really didn't show up, but I blame that more on Capella than anything. Because Capella talked to the big game and didn't show up. Now, that any issue that we have, I felt like Capella is the problem because Golden State found a way to render him useless. But with everything breaking up, with everything being what it is, we all know Steph Curry can't carry. With Clay being hurt, Iggy gonna move around. Like, that team ain't the same. We all know Steph Curry's not shit, but you're gonna see the real Steph Curry going back to what he was before that team was assembled, before Jackson left. The Rockets were still a solid team. And then with the acquisition of House and having Rivers for a full year, not going through the little Carmelo debacle, like, there's a lot of little storylines that happened with the Rockets early in the season that hindered what happened. The Rockets were still a solid team. And then after that, teams started finally making moves the way the Rockets have been doing the last few years. Everybody's mad Morey, fire Morey, get rid of Morey, because why? The 1 year he hadn't gone crazy like he's gone other years, now y'all want to get rid of him. People it's the emotional aspect of this thing that frustrates the hell out of me. Because it's the fickle fandom, right? And I'm gonna talk about the whole city tonight and why I'm so frustrated. I hate Russell Westbrook. I don't see how anybody thinks this is a better move because CP3 knew his place. Russell Westbrook doesn't know his place. He's had KD, you've had Adams, you've had a few others. So who he had? Who was old buddy that they brought last year? The backup point guard was a starter for Westbrook. I can't think of his fucking name. There's a reason Paul George didn't want to play with him. There's a reason all the quote unquote superstars in the league did not work out. There's a reason why the dude is a first round exit every fucking year, even with the superstars around him. Russell Westbrook is not the answer. I know it's cool, he's athletic and all that. Russell Westbrook has maybe another year or two under his belt before that athleticism starts to die out. And he has not developed his game in any other fashion. There's no other game. There's no aspect of Russell's game aside from the athleticism that you can honestly tell me is better than CP3, outside of age and athleticism. Outside of age and athleticism, what is Russell Westbrook better than CP3? And then if we're talking time on prime, you know, and it doesn't matter. This is what's going to happen. Y'all realize Antonio players basically play how they're comfortable, right? Y'all tell me Russell Westbrook trying to get better? No. James Harden makes players better. This is Russell Westbrook we're talking about, right? D'Antoni's been saying, hey, shoot it. Do what makes you. We're talking about a below league average 3-point shooter. This motherfucker's gonna have free range to jack up shots all game long. This is what you're telling me? No. I'm opposed and I'm against it. They definitely won't be building to the draft. We know the Rockets don't want to do it. Maybe they win now. Help Mo for quite some time. Now I'm not as upset. The little Tyson Chandler move. Okay, cool, whatever. Not really tripping on that. Still got Fareed. And I know they're trying to make a play for Iggy. But I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of it. I'm like, I'll accept it. It is what it is. I don't really like it. I'm sure they're buddy and all that other good stuff. You know, everybody says that. But when Russell starts blowing games at the end because he doesn't have that switch to realize, hey, you know, so-and-so's a better shooter than me. If he wouldn't defer to Kevin Durant, barely would defer to Paul George, what makes you think he's going to defer to James Harden? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think he's going to defer to James Harden? Stephen A. all of a sudden he does, but he didn't think James Harden is worth the flip for any other category. Here's what I'm saying, man. It's a storyline now because you got two recent MVPs, and so now they'll talk about Houston for that reason whatsoever, childhood buddies and all of that stuff. I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan, and I'm not gonna flip the script, dog. I should have stuck with my original vibe when the Beverly trade happened for CP3, and I was right. I should have stayed with my first mind. You're not selling me this, man. And like, to me, Russ has had too much talent surround him for people to make excuses for Russell anymore. There are no excuses for Russell Westbrook. You know, there are no excuses. Russell Westbrook stepped down for Paul George, so Paul George left? I don't think so. I have a hard time believing that. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed James Harden being in the MVP conversation. He'll only get that one because now he'll definitely not be in that conversation anymore. They will find every reason not to give it to him. His odds are definitely tanked. He should have had probably 3 or 4 by now. You know, he'll be go down with that one. He will not be in the conversation this year. Again, when you start fucking boxing Capella out, one of these easy, until I see it, I refuse to believe it. I'm not a fan. Hey, I like the little shit talk, but then when you shit talk and you can't handle it, you mad at the fucking reporters, you mad at old buddy and them. It's like there's a level of petty that I could deal with from CP3. He was petty. He should have said something about Steph's old lady, but he didn't. I'm just not buying. I'm not buying the Ninja Turtle hype, man. I'm not buying the Ninja Turtle hype, man. Man, I can't. I give it to the Rockets for going out and making a move. I love it. I'm not negative against the Rockets. I don't like Russell Westbrook. Until he proves me otherwise, until I see different, I'm sticking by my guns. And when this season comes, and them motherfuckers jacking up threes because D'Antoni lets them do what they want to do, it's going to be an ugly scene. When James started getting on his ass, but that was a stupid fucking shot you took there, you know, again, it is what it is. Now, if it works, I'll be the first person to eat my crow. It is what it is. I can't complain about it. I don't think it was the greatest move. I'm going to be honest with you. Duh, you could have been and got anybody else. I was satisfied already. I was satisfied with them still keeping CP3. I was not tripping. Everybody else was going nuts. I was not tripping. Everybody else was upset because nobody was making moves on the Rockets. I wasn't tripping. Not tripping at all. Whatever the Rockets could have went into this season with the same roster, and I'd have been A-okay. Everybody, oh, Daryl's not doing shit. Goddamn, fuck Morey, and oh man, he's a piece of shit. I would say, in Morey I trust. You know what I'm saying? I still don't like him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be that guy, man. I cannot be that dude that's not in my character. I cannot be the guy that, without evidence, without proof, without reason, just because he came to my team, oh, I love him. He's the greatest. I was low on Rivers until Rivers, and I saw that Rivers and CP3 and Harden, when I saw that bond, and I said, okay, if they didn't squash it out, Rivers is actually a attribute. They're actually playing well with one another. Cool, I'm with it. But until like I said, Westbrook's going to have to prove me wrong, man. What has Westbrook done that's commendable? Like, what has Westbrook done outside of anybody else? He's a one-gear guy. Not a good shooter. Athleticism, that's cool. House is athletic, goddamn. What are you getting from him? What are you getting from Russell Westbrook? What is so great about Russell Westbrook? That's what I want to like. Besides his name, everybody want to get on my ass. Oh, y'all wanted the Texans to go get a bunch of big name guys. What is so exceptional about Russell Westbrook aside from manufactured triple doubles? Teammates moving out the way to let him get rebounds and all that other stuff. But who did he need to go to the rest of Western Conference Finals with? Shit, Harden did that one deep. What is so good about Russell Westbrook? Has anybody ever said Russell Westbrook makes players around him better? But that's what I'm saying. Other than youth and athleticism, and once Russell's athleticism starts to decline, it's a wrap for him. That's it. That's all he got. Attacking the rim, I ain't got no time. That ain't Rockets basketball. That ain't Rockets basketball. This is what I'm saying, man. Till I see it, till I feel like it's a contribution, I'm not going to be happy about it. So it's going to take till this season comes. I don't care if they're best buddies. I don't care if they fucking share clothes. I am not rocking with it until I see it pay dividends. Now, what I will say is this. I will commend Morey because he did something that everybody thought would not happen, and that is trade away CP3, right? Everybody's like, there's no way they're going to get rid of CP3, that old ass, with that contract and all that. So I commend Morey on that. Okay? He got younger, got more athletic. I don't think he got overall better. I'll commend Morey on that. Everybody's mad at Morey. He went and made some moves, late in the game. I don't think we really took any L's. A bunch of future first-round draft picks the Rockets are never going to use anyway that are protected. So I'm not even tripping on that. I don't think he gave up a lot to go get at that point in time, the other team's best players. So you've taken basically OKC kind of out of that playoff contention, right? You know, that little pest that they were. They're not in the mix anymore. But I don't see what Russell gives you. I don't think his defense is that great. I don't think he's that great at all. I mean, he's just very athletic. He's a flashy guy. I don't think his handles are really that great. He's got athleticism. He's got some quickness, but I don't see it. This is just me until we come across Beverly again. Then he fall over. You know what I'm saying? My deal is this, man. My deal is this. It is what it is. Has the team gotten better? Yeah, because I mean CP3 was missing half a fucking season every year. So at least you got a player that's there that you're paying this money to. Did we really lose anything? It was almost basically a straight up trade for the most part. I'm okay with that. No big deal. I just don't care for Russell Westbrook. So I'm not going to flip the script and be like, yeah, hey, Russell Westbrook. I'm not a fan. I'm just not going to do it. Is the team better? Probably. But I'm not a fan. I will eat some crow, though, because I did tweet the other day that this was just a bunch of media hype about Russell Westbrook getting picked up. You know, because there was a bunch of rumors going out around. So I said it was a bunch of media hype about the Rockets picking him up. I thought I said it was fake news and some bullshit. So I will eat crow on that because it did come to fruition. I thought it was along the lines of some of the same shit they were talking about with Kawhi. You know, going, oh, the Clippers are out, and you know this, that, and the third, and then he ends up going there. So I will eat crow on that. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's open up the line, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not excited about it. Like, I thought about it. I was like, okay, I'll accept it, but I'm not excited. I'm more excited about Tyson Chandler being here for a year to be a backup center than I am about Russell Westbrook. Is that sad? Maybe it is. Okay, but fuck it. Samson Simpson. I stick by my story. I've never been. I like Westbrook. Okay, Westbrook is probably one of the players I hate more than anybody. Right? Probably one of my least liked players in the entire league. Probably except maybe outside of a couple of Warriors. But even there was a point where when he got snaked, I don't think he deserved the MVP, but when he got snaked by KD, there was that one year when KD had the injury that I liked Russell a little bit more than KD. But I don't like KD either, so it's not really saying a lot. When he wins a couple of games, then we'll talk about it. Until then, it's going to have to be a proven play to me. I'm not impressed. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not excited. I'm neutral about it. It is what it is. You got rid of CP3, who's getting older, seeming to be on the decline. You got a piece that can do a little bit of something. But I'm not super excited about it. Not super excited about it in the least. So let's boot up the line, man. Let's get it to the, but I'm on the wrong number, that's why. Let me put the number up here. Let's take some calls. Let's see how y'all feeling. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, you think he's gonna be finessing Alex to Capella? He's gonna serve Capella? No. Capella's already can't create his own shot. Capella already, we've seen how poorly he handles the ball. I mean, if you can't put it to him in the air, I mean, at the rim, shit, he's almost worthless, it seems like now. And then I know a lot of people still out there interested in Iggy. Ain't Iggy old as shit? How old is Iggy? Iggy's not a spring chicken. Did I take over? Okay. Oh, shit. Whatever. He was a lost call. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the sauce line this evening? All right, hold on. Man, how the fuck? I gotta move this. I gotta move this down to the bottom. All right, hold on. Let's dial it back. Let's hold on. We're gonna do it like so. All right, okay. We should be back. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the sauce line this evening.
All right. It's Wise calling you back.
Man, yeah, my fault. I activated something that I probably wasn't supposed to activate, so it started fucking with the internet for a second, and so it fucked it up. But what's the motherfucking deal, Wise? What's on your mind, man?
I hardly ever disagree with you, Honcho.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 times I can recall disagreeing with you. It
Okay.
was one time maybe a year and a half ago, and I was saying Bill O'Brien. We was doing the stream, and I was saying Bill O'Brien was holding back Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then today, right now.
Okay.
Okay, this is how I want to look at this trade.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna admit my wrong. When I was a Rockets fan, still been a Rockets fan since 1994 when I was born. You feel me? Shit, I was born into championship years type shit. But talking about the Rockets, I mean, the only reason why I really didn't like Russell Westbrook was because they gave Russell Westbrook MVP over James Harden. That's the only time I can think about disliking Russell Westbrook. And then the whole incident with Patrick Beverly in the first round. Yeah. I had to have my boy Beverly back because he was repping H-Town, and he was hustling out there.
Okay.
However, I'm not going to sit up here and act like Russell Westbrook just had all the superstar talent around him while he been in OKC.
What?
He hasn't. He had KD. He had KD. Okay. Guess what? They got to Western Conference Finals. They went 3-1. They both fell off. Warriors came back, and guess what? We've seen the inception of a dynasty in the Golden State Warriors that year. And guess what? KD left. KD's a snake. KD just left Steph Curry, the best point guard in the league. So you can't really substantiate that him leaving Russell Westbrook had anything to do with Russell Westbrook. Paul George. Let's talk about Paul George. We all know Paul George is a good player, but we all know Paul George is not a great player. Paul George is not even the top 2 shooting guards in the league. Paul George is the number 3 shooting guard in the league. No, maybe even number 4. Maybe even the number 4 shooting guard in the league. You got James Harden. You got Klay Thompson. And it depends on where you want to put Kawhi. Kawhi can play the 2 or the 3. He's going to be above Klay, and he's going to be above Paul George. But when I look at Russell Westbrook, what he can bring to this team is he can speed up the offense. We've seen the offense slow down in the last couple of years, last season. I predicted last year. I said the Rockets, we're gonna make a good run in the playoffs. We're gonna play Warriors in the second round, but we ain't gonna win. We knew the Rockets was not good enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. We all thought that in our head that the Rockets was better than the Warriors.
Yeah.
But in reality, I did not believe the Rockets could beat the Warriors. If the Rockets stayed the same, we've seen what the peak Rockets could do with CP3. We've seen the peak CP3 in this offense. Okay. And guess what? He's getting older every year. His body is deteriorating. He's getting less and less out of shape every single year. Him and Harden having a little bit of chemistry issues. It wasn't going to work out. And I don't think nobody in Houston would have been comfortable paying Chris Paul $40-something million at the age of 37 and 36 years old. No way. Hell no. We definitely. So my point here is, if we would have kept CP3, went out with that contract, what would we have to do? We would have to rebuild, because guess what? We wasn't going to be able to bring in no more free agents. So we wasn't going to be able to trade CP3 later down the road. This was the only opportunity we had to get rid of that CP3 contract, which was the biggest fuck up we did last season. Even though I thought we should have brought him back, I didn't think we should have brought him back at that price point. And I really don't like to judge guys based off their worth. I don't like to tell a man what he's worth, but I don't think CP3 is worth $40 million a year. That's absurd. Yeah. That's very absurd.
That's true.
But the thing, I do have my concerns. I'm not going to lie. These are two ball-heavy guys that demand the ball in their hands all the time. This is also two of the guys that have the most turnovers in the league.
Yes.
James Harden. Every year I didn't see James Harden turnovers in the playoffs, 12 turnovers. I will never forget that shit against Golden State Warriors, Game 6. We had the opportunity to win. Guess what? Fucking turnover. But I like the duo. You finally put a guard, formidable guard that can play 82 games with James Harden, that can dish the rock let's not lie. Westbrook has been number one in assists the last 2 seasons. You know who else has been in the last 3 seasons? Number one and number two in assists? James Harden. So you got two of the most prolific assist guys in the league in the same backcourt. You got guys that's not afraid to go up to get it. And the thing is, they both know what they got. They both not dumb. They know what the media is saying. They know that everybody hates them. They know they haven't had the opportunity to win a ring. They know all these stereotypes. Everybody calling them ball hog, saying they can't do this, saying they can do that. So they got to put that shit behind them. And the fact that they decided to join hands, that means they really want it, and they're going to attempt to do it. And this is one of the things I felt this offseason. If the Rockets stayed pat, yeah, we was the top 4 seed in the West. But were we going to beat the Lakers? No. Well, hell no, we're not going to beat the Lakers. You know why? I'm going to tell you why we ain't going to beat the Lakers?
Why not?
We always dominated LeBron James. But when we play Anthony Davis with the New Orleans Pelicans, this guy Anthony Davis put 25 to 40 points on us every single time.
Yeah,
and you telling me a combination? And then let me not forget Kyle Kuzma. What has he done to us the last couple of times we played since he's been in the league? Kyle Kuzma has been putting 35 points on us every year. So I'm glad that we did keep our core. Russell Westbrook was a good addition. I still think we need another piece. I think we need another piece when it comes to the wing position. When we're looking at the small forward position, we need to bring in another guy that's a 3-and-D guy. We should have brought back Trevor Ariza when he was on the market. I thought that would have been a great addition to bring back. But I think it's all on James Harden and it's all on Chris Paul. James Harden wanted this move. James Harden wanted his boy. He paid his dues. He paid his respect. James Harden brought to Houston what we never had in basketball in a long time. I remember watching Kevin Martin. I remember watching Luis Gold. Don't get me wrong, those were good times. Those are great times. Even Dikembe Mutombo when he was old, when we had Marcus Camby, shit. Those was it wasn't the best of times. Oh, we just got Anthony Bennett, by the way. But anyways,
Martin ain't had no hoes. I used to know some hoes that used to fuck with Martin. Martin had you need to be the man in Houston. You're supposed to have better hoes than that. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
But talking about it, when we had that time, I was like, man, what the Rockets gonna do? We always 6 seed, we always 7 seed. We got this guy in James Harden. I said, when we got James Harden gonna be a star. James Harden gonna change the city of Houston when it comes to basketball. And what has he done? The first game he got here, he dropped 45 points. The second game he got here, he dropped 45 points. Every year this guy has developed, and every year he does something so fucking historic. And I'm like, how can this guy get better? How can this guy get better? How can this guy get better? But every year, James Harden has got better. Yes, let's look at Russell Westbrook. Yeah, he did average triple-doubles the last 3 seasons. But and they say his numbers went down. Yeah, his numbers went down when you got Paul George averaging 28 points a game, and Paul George is taking the same amount of shots as James Harden. Russell Westbrook took less shots last season. He didn't start jacking shots up until, let's remember, when Paul George went out with that shoulder injury. Remember when the MVP race was taken? Paul George went out, and that's when Westbrook started throwing up shots, playing Westbrook. Now, let me tell you his roster around him at that time. He had Steven Adams. Steven Adams is not better than Capella. Not even close. He had Dennis Schroeder, who can't shoot threes. He has Jermani Grant that can't shoot threes. He got all these guys that cannot shoot threes. All the Thunder have did to him was surround him with guys that cannot shoot. And guess what? He still averaged 10 assists a game. He still averaged triple-double. He still did what he had to do. So it would be kind of interesting to see him implement his offense. I'm not going to put it on James Harden. I'm not going to put it on Westbrook because they don't got no choice. They got to put their head down, and they got to find a way to coexist. But I'm going to put this on Mike D'Antoni. This is Mike D'Antoni last year going into his contract. We already know that Tillman Fertitta offered him $5 million a year contract extension and $2 million bonus every playoff round he passed. So if Mike D'Antoni want to go out here, get that contract extension, he better make these guys work. He had the opportunity to do it with CP3 and Chris Paul. CP3 and James Harden. Now it's his turn to do it with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. But we're going to see. Like I said, I got skepticism, but I got hope at the same time. And I think it can work out as long as those guys got the mentality to make it work. Because that's what it comes down to. Okay. But that's all I wanted to drop because I was just thinking, like, the whole West got better. I mean, it's going to be teams that's playoff teams that's not going to make playoffs. You got Denver got better. You got the Utah Jazz even got better. You got Portland, that's 3 teams. You got the Lakers, that's 4 teams. You got the Clippers, that's 5 teams. You got the Rockets, that's 6 teams. You got the Lakers. You got the Warriors, that's 7 teams. And then that leaves you with the Pelicans. That leaves you with a whole bunch of teams that's really good that could make the playoffs in normal seasons. That's not going to make it. So it's going to be interesting to see how things fall this season. But that's all I wanted to drop.
Okay, so I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Well, not one is just a statement more so than a question. Then they're gonna let whole ass Giannis win MVP again, playing in that weak ass East. Anyway,
no, fuck that.
That shit is trash. But anyway, so we already know how that goes. But no, the question I have for you was, Russell Westbrook was the last piece of Oklahoma City's big 3. When they had 3 guys they brought in and had a chance to. They could have been a dynasty, but they would have let Harden go. I personally believe. Russell Westbrook has been the loyal guy, has been the guy there. Do you think that he wanted to trade out, or they figured that they could not do it with Russell Westbrook because either that they couldn't bring more guys in and they had to go in a different direction, or was it that Russell wanted out? What do you think the issue was?
Well, according to reports I heard today, whenever he signed that contract extension last season for $205 million, 4 years or whatever, however long the contract was, 5 years, whatever the fuck it was. Supposedly, he made a deal with the Thunder that if the Thunder wasn't able to create a team valuable for him to win a championship, they'll agree to trade him wherever he wanted to. So that was something on premise that they already agreed to.
Okay.
I don't think it was just an individual factor. I just think the Thunder had bad luck. I mean, they didn't have bad luck. They just had stupidity in the front office. James Harden wanted $3 million total to his contract. $3 million total.
Yeah.
And they said no. And they gave him 30 seconds to decide. Okay, that explains James Harden leaving.
Yeah.
KD just a bitch-ass nigga. KD going to leave wherever he wants. KD ain't going to even retire to the Nets. KD going to leave the Nets. I'm guaranteeing that right now. KD bitch-ass going to leave the Nets. He's just a flip-flop asshole. He's trying to do like LeBron James, but he ain't LeBron James. It's different. Two different players, 2 different situations. LeBron is a grown man. KD a bitch-ass nigga. So, yeah. When it comes down to Paul George is another bitch-ass nigga. That's number 2 bitch-ass nigga right there because Paul George, he's always been this type of guy. He's always been this guy I despised when it comes to basketball. I like him as a person. I just despise him in basketball because this guy's a fucking jogger. He want to be like James Harden. He want to wear number 13. This guy was with Indiana Pacers. Let's not forget, Indiana had built a great team around him. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he left. He scorned them. He's like, fuck that. He gave up on his team. But the one thing I do like about Westbrook is his loyalty. And that tells me that this guy is down for whatever. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. And even though I hate that he got that MVP over James Harden, I'm not going to lie, fam. This man was putting up some immaculate performances. Even though it was against Orlando Magic, for him to carry that bum-ass team too, it was impressive. Because it's hard for a guy to go out there and record a triple-double every single night, regardless of how good or how good you're not. I don't know any other player that goes out there and averages a triple-double.
No.
So,
okay.
I think it was a mutual decision.
Like I just pulled up the Facebook, because the reason the Facebook chat ain't coming through on here, and I see somebody said, "Why should James Harden defer? Why should he defer?" What has Russell Westbrook won with better teams around him? So that's what I'm saying. So that don't make sense to me. So it's James. He's coming to James Harden's team. So of course you defer to Harden.
Talking about that,
yeah.
I hear a lot of people talking about it's different now because James Harden was a sixth man at the time. Okay, but he did still average 30 minutes as a sixth man. That means he just didn't start the first quarter and he didn't start the third quarter.
Yeah.
He still finished the game. He still had a valuable minute. He still did win sixth man of the year. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Along with that big trio. That trio did play 50% of the time of every game. So they was on the floor together. So this is James Harden's team.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook gonna have to understand that he's gonna have to defer to James Harden. Ain't no other option. And I'm pretty sure they already discussed that. It's no way. Okay, Honcho, that's like me saying, "Oh, I'm finna come to the sauce." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm finna just come take over your shit. No, it don't happen that way. This man put in all this work. This man made his name. He established himself. You can't just go and do that. You gotta create a relationship. You gotta coexist. You gotta build a bond, and then you gotta build greatness. So Westbrook is gonna have to take less shots, but I don't know. My big deal is how are they gonna game plan this? Are they gonna do it the same way they had CP3 starting off with a crew and James Harden starting off with a crew, and they met together in a certain time? Because I don't know. I like Austin Rivers. I like Austin Rivers, to be honest.
Yeah.
I want to see Austin Rivers with more minutes. Actually, I wanted Austin Rivers to start over CP3 this season. I wanted Austin Rivers to start over CP3. I wanted CP3 on the bench. CP3, I was fed up with CP3. I guarantee you can ask anybody I talk to. I was fed up with CP3 sorry ass. CP3 ain't sorry. CP3 one of the best point guards of all time. But in Mike D'Antoni's system, it doesn't work. And I've seen that. I'm like, CP3, it doesn't work with Mike D'Antoni. Now, CP3 with the Lakers right now, as constructed, that will work. Because guess what? He's surrounded with a lot of big guys that need guys to assist the ball. Chris Paul's been known for assists, steals, handles, and playmaking abilities. He's never been a scorer. And I feel like when he was in Houston, he was made more of a scorer, a secondary option. You will see a lot of plays where he's just sitting off to the top of the key, waiting for a three-point shot. That's not CP3 offense. CP3 run an offense that's fluid, that's always with motion. So what I would like to see, like I said with Mike D'Antoni, is an offense that moves the ball consistently. No plays where James Harden's sitting, walking around the three-point line, taking the playoff. He ain't got no excuses no more. He got Westbrook.
Yeah.
Take a play, let Westbrook attack the lane, but still be active in offense, running screens, running around, running through screens, shit, getting those open threes. Because guess what? That's what the Warriors do. Yeah. That's what the Spurs did. That's what the Celtics did. And that's the last three dynasties in the NBA. So I'm just saying, ball movement is key, and that's something this offense is going to have to implement.
Okay. And I agree with you on that. I think I see it being something similar to what he did with CP3, kind of staggered him a little bit. It's going to be interesting, though, because, I mean, like, for all the credit he gets, D'Antoni seems to be relatively hands-off. Like, I don't know, he doesn't really seem to, it's almost like the players kind of get more say-so than what he implements. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months.
Yeah, but I don't, like, my final thing is I don't think we got, I think we got better, but do I think we got better absurdly by a lot? No. Do we get better by 2 or 3 games? Yes. Will we move up a seed? Possibly. Possibly not. I think that top 4 seeds in the West is going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. Yeah. So we don't know how the West is going to go. I think the Rockets might end up a top 3 seed, top 4 seed. We end up to the Western Conference Finals, but going to the finals, I still don't know. Like I said, we still need to add a couple of more pieces. We need to add another shooter and another defender on the wing, and I think we'll be good. But we do need to add another key piece. And I wonder how those guys in Eric Gordon and Capella feel after being in trade rumors all season long for the last 2 off seasons.
And that's another thing right there. You got to think about egos and personalities now that have to be fixed. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot going on. So we'll see what happens.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you get back to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your call, man. Shout out to Wise, man. Shout out to the Wise man calling in.
No problem.
All right. Now, Wise made a lot of good points. I can't really dispute a lot of things that he said, and I can't fault him for feeling the way that he feels. I just don't like Russell. Maybe it's the clothes, maybe it's the personality, maybe it's the fifth ninja. I don't know, right? But I'm just not a fan. I don't like the dude, and I don't think it's that big of an upgrade. Maybe a game or two, that because CP3 is probably hurt and didn't play. What's the motherfucker deal? Who we got calling in to the Sauce?
Miguel.
Miguel, what's the motherfucker deal, man? What's my Miguel?
Shit, man. Fuck Russell Westbrook. Nah, man. But on a serious note, man, I can't complain about the trade too much. Me personally, I really don't like it. I would have just been as usual, with the same team we had last year. But there but this is the thing I would have changed. I'm fed up with Mike D'Antoni in the system. I really am. When KD went down, we should have beat the Warriors. I don't care what anybody says. I think we should have. That there right there let me know that Mike D'Antoni ain't what, he I just don't think he's a coach, and I just don't think his system works. And then this whole off season's been nothing but turmoil, with Jimmy Butler and all this stuff that they've been, and all this stuff that they've been doing. But I think like what they really needed to do was sit down and like actually see if they could work Chris Paul and James Harden out, and see. I know the West got better. There was a couple trades I wouldn't have mind, getting rid of D'Antoni and seeing if we can get another head coach, preferably Mark Jackson, and then trading for maybe a Kevin Love.
Kevin Love is a very
little, little things like that. Because this team isn't bad. The team we just went to Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. But maybe if you change little bits, like the last caller said, ball movement. That's what we need. Guys off screens, Kevin Love 3-point, like just a lot of things that should have been changed. I think should be changed. Now with this Russell Westbrook, like you said, second round exit. That's what we're probably looking forward to. First round exit. I don't know, man. Like I just honestly don't know how this thing is going to work out. I honestly don't know. I think we should just win in another direction.
Yeah, it's tough to me. I don't feel like we. For whatever reason, it is what it is. The Rockets felt like, hey, I guess, and I look at it like this. For as old as CP3 is, to be stuck in that contract for the next couple of years, I guess if you're talking long term, it does make more sense. So that's why I say I'm not necessarily anti the move. I just don't like Russell Westbrook. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I won't call it personal. Yeah. I guess what it is personal in a way. It's just that it's gonna take me some time. It's just gonna take me some time to adjust.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's just going to take time for me to adjust to him. And it's like, so, was it a smart trade because the opportunity was there? Yes. Because he's most likely going to be healthier. Most likely he's younger. He's more athletic. And it's a better long-term deal than what you get with CP3. So I can't be mad at that. But, man, I just don't like the player. That's really all it comes down to it. I don't have any other legitimate excuse besides that. I just don't like the player.
Yeah. And another thing on it, like, I think we need a coach who's actually going to challenge James Harden, actually, because Harden basically does whatever the fuck he wants. Like, if we sit down and just look at it, he coaches. Nobody coaches him. He's just out there doing what he does. Don't get me wrong, he's great at what he does, but at the end of the day, it's stats and MVPs. Just, you know what I mean? Stats and MVPs. At the end of the day, we won a championship. That's the ultimate goal. That's what we want.
Yeah.
But are we going to get it under D'Antoni? Are we going to get it? Are we going to get a championship the way James Harden's playing? Me personally, if they keep doing this isolation and not just this system the way it's constructed, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. Something has to change. That's why I was pro them firing Mike D'Antoni when they were talking about his contract negotiations. I would just let him go. Y'all seen it. If y'all couldn't beat a KD less Warriors, come on now.
Let's not act like the Warriors weren't solid without KD. That KD was just the icing on the cake. The Warriors were still without him.
But that's what I'm saying. If you took them last year to 7 games with KD, and now you can't beat them without, that has to tell you something.
Okay.
But we'll see. I just hope that they actually, get. I hope Russell Westbrook and James Harden actually get together and just see if they can. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We could end up being the last. I really don't know. This shit can end up hitting the fan.
Okay. Yeah, it's a wait and see thing, and to me, I'm not even gonna trip. It is what it is. Can't do much about it, but I'm not gonna be celebratory of the move until I see it pay dividends.
Shit, because I was like, damn, the Rockets letting me down. The fucking Texans, we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. The only thing I gotta look forward to is the Astros.
That's tough. Astros gonna be all right. That's the only thing you can count on. But my thing is, I they're out trying to make moves. The Texans just gonna sit there and say, nah, we're not even gonna keep together.
Just leave that over there. on the other side of the leave that over there.
Spend first round picks on projects, and we'll see. We'll just RGM after a year. We're just gonna play this weird game of we're gonna pretend to be a franchise or some shit. I don't fucking know what they're doing. That shit is extremely frustrating. All right. Anything else you want to add, Good?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
All right. But that's the one thing I will say. It's crazy how the Texans will still get the most love in this thing. And I'm telling y'all, JJ is a brand marketer. He knows when to implement himself in the right things at the right time. Fucking CP3 out of there. He was the first one to donate and give money. Nobody knows it. Well, why didn't you say it when it happened, right? Why didn't you say that when it happened? Why now of all time? Why is it a thing now? But anyway, he's very good at interjecting himself into the news. But I can't fault him for that. That just is excellent PR skills. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the Sauce line this evening?
It's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, man?
Man, Honcho, love you like a brother, bro. Mm-hmm. But I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear that.
I'm disappointed in you.
So you pro Russell?
Because let me tell you something. I'm happy as fuck about this move, and I'm gonna explain you why. Now, let me explain. I know this the disadvantage. I know both of these teams have one of the highest usage rate in the NBA. I know both these are the highest in turnovers. I do know both two are very high and known for being ball hogs. I even heard both of these two are known for being the reason teams mess up. I've taken all of that into accountability. I have. And I'm not saying I don't have worries about being Russell Westbrook, but it's Russell fucking Westbrook over Chris Paul, man. People talk about, well, he has just his worst contract with the 5 years and the 171 million. He's 30 years old, other than a 34-year-old Chris Paul. I'll take that any day because I can at least get 2 solid years out this man. Let me tell you something why I'm proud of this move, Honcho. How many Chris Paul we had to give up?
Let's go. I said that early on. I said that's the only reason that
Honcho, we gave up 0.
But that's what I said. I was okay with it because it was almost a straight up trade, and I don't care about the picks. I said I was okay with it because of that. I just don't like Russell. Every aspect of the trade, yes, it is an upgrade. I just personally don't like Russell Westbrook, and that's really what it comes down to. Everything.
Come on, Honcho. Look, man. Look, I feel you. I did not like Russell Westbrook. I hated that man. But you know what? He's about to put on a Rockets uniform. Anybody who puts on that Rockets uniform, I'm pulling for you. I'm sorry. I don't like Russell Westbrook.
If it was a nigga that I used to fight with every day in high school, and he lived in another neighborhood, apartment complex, whatever, and then he transferred schools and come to my school, and we supposed to be cool, it ain't gonna work like that. We might fight a couple more times, before I.
But Honcho, good example. If he's on the same football field as you, and both y'all on the same team trying to win a game, are you gonna support him to get that sack or tackle?
Man,
stop that running back?
If y'all want to know some real shit based off a true story, I'm fucking this old lady before the football game. So about that. So some real shit. So that's how
let me continue my shit, bro. Look, man. You know why I'm happy about this move, Honcho? It's because I'm tired of complaining. What I mean by tired of complaining, I'm tired of complaining about the Texans, bro. I'm tired of complaining about the Rockets. I want to see something. I'm seeing improvement, bro. There was on his Instagram, bro. He said, "Why not? Why not, bro? Why would we keep an old ass Chris Paul, man, get these shooters, and then fuck around, might even miss the playoffs, man? Look at the team we was constructing without getting no other pieces. Now we're looking at a motherfucking 7-6, 5th seed at best, bro. Knocked out first round. I feel like with Russell Westbrook, it gives us advantage to do better. Let me explain why. Russ and Harden, the boys, man. Number we already used, of course, he played with the Thunder. He played with Thunder for a couple of years. These two grew up together, man. You really don't think they planned it out to say, hey, look, man, it's my team now. Or, hey, we're going to have to help each other out. It can work, bro. It has the possibility to work. And here's an example. Russell Westbrook has never had elite shooters around him. OKC has never had elite shooters. course, when Paul George came, but even with Paul George, nobody else was an elite shooter. What'd you tell me? Grant was an elite shooter, or what's his name? I can't even think. Fulton was an elite shooter. Come on, man, they never had Andre Robinson that was an elite shooter. They were not elite shooters. So with Russ, he had basic backpack, kind of like how Harden did when we was in the 14th seed. He had shooters, but damn, everybody was injured. With Russ, you can expect 82 games. It's not an if, because Paul was always an if. He has not missed a game in 3 seasons, not correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But what I looked was 3 games. Dude, this is a monster. The West is getting increasingly strong, bro. It is the land of duos. Look, Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors has, and Kawhi going to the Clippers has opened up the gateway for the NBA to be wide the hell open. And right now, with the team we had before, the Rockets was looking like a wasteland. They was looking like they wasn't going nowhere. They was looking like we're getting out first round, even if we make the playoffs. We got the Lakers, we got the Clippers, we got Denver, we got hell. Even the Jazz could do good out of it. I mean, it was so many teams in the West that had possibility to win the championship. But the adding Russell Westbrook, you can't say that makes you worse. That automatically makes you at least a little better, bro. So with this team I see right now, we picked up Tyson Chandler with a great backup, and I'm proud of that because nor Fareed nor Nene didn't sign. And let's say we get a Mexican to Andre Iguodala. Man, this is a team. This is a team right here, and I'm going for it all the way. I'm sorry, man. Like I say, at the point I am as a Houston fan, the Texans ain't giving me shit. I'm expecting a disappointing team from the Texans. I'm expecting disappointment. I'm still mad about that. But the Texans, but the Rockets, I want to be happy to look forward to something. So, personally, I'm happy to the season, man. I understand you don't like Westbrook, Honcho. I understand that. I didn't like him either. But you got to stick that shit behind you because he's on a Houston Rockets jersey, bro. You got to support him, man. Come on, man.
Man, fuck
Come on, Honcho. Don't give me that nigga shit. Support that man. Okay, we win the championship. You tell me you want support?
I'm gonna be supporting James Harden like a motherfucker for holding it down for the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call Russell. I'm gonna call Russell a bandwagoner. He had to come jump on James Harden bandwagon to get him one. Russell, all this hype, y'all. Man, this man better have at least 5 game-winning shots in the regular season, 2 game-winning shots in the playoffs. All this hype y'all giving this man, I'm not. Look, it is a slight upgrade. Yes, it is a small upgrade over Chris Paul. I don't think it's changing the game that much. Again, it is what it is. But come on, Jack. I mean, I just. Look,
Honcho, I can't agree with you on that one. But the thing is, only thing I'm a little nervous about is D'Antoni. If he still tries to run that ISO ball, this shit ain't gonna work. If he can run more pick and roll for Capella and Chandler, and they can be more screens, this shit, it could work. Let me tell you. What it's looking like is this, Honcho. With Westbrook, well, shit, that was my goddamn goddamn. But, oh my god, that shit just went right out my head. Okay, but what it's looking like with this team, Honcho, this shit can go left or right. Anyway. That's how this team is constructed right now. It can go left or right. It could possibly work and do for the best, or it could just go to the far wayside and none of this shit works out. You know? So,
all I'm telling y'all is, all y'all motherfuckers in here root for if the Rockets are a 4 seed or worse, I'm talking shit to all y'all niggas. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm beefing with all y'all niggas. But here's my deal. Yes, it is an upgrade. Yes, the Rockets are actually making moves, so I give them that. I just don't like Russell Westbrook. I mean, it is what he is. I think he's a cornball. I think he dresses weird. It's a couple of little things that I do like about it. We do need the power of the light skin when we face the Warriors, but it's not even the same Warriors anymore, so that don't even mean anything anymore. Like, the only thing I like about Russell Westbrook is that he does talk a little bit of shit, but then sometimes he goes bitch mode too. So it's like, he's got emotional ways. He's got broad-like tendencies to me. Like when he get all mad at the fucking media. Look, didn't make you play the way you played. You did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did
I
that
hear
thing. I'm like, come on, man. Like, that's just part of the game. I know niggas don't want to talk to the media, but getting all crybaby hissy-fitty about the shit. Now, that time he wore the above the rim jersey or whatever, that was some gangster shit. It's like one or two times he'll do a couple of little things that I'm like, okay, you know what? I commend him for that. Now, he come in here dressing like a goddamn hippie or some shit. Like, I don't want to fucking see that shit. And niggas like, he just got some weird. That motherfucker goes in the he has you know, you ever seen a movie where they had him rotating fucking closets where you push the button and that bitch just be, it's like a dry cleaners. Like, see, he got one of those for shirts and he got one of those for pants. And this motherfucker just closes his eyes and he pushes both buttons at the same time. They rotate in opposite directions, right? And then he just grabbed whatever off the top and whatever off the bottom. And that's what that motherfucker wears. And then, you know, fucking PJ Tucker, I love PJ Tucker, he's the shoe king. But PJ Tucker, he got a weird, he's borderline on some pimp shit, but it's on sometimes some questionable pimp shit.
You are talking about, I'm talking about the game right here.
I don't care about his game. I don't care about it. This is important, okay?
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. One last thing before I get off this line, man. One thing Westbrook can bring, when the threes ain't flying, if we do get that same offense, if the threes ain't flying, he can bring another dynamic of scoring. He can go in, drive the basket, and can actually shoot from
another
the
dynamic. That's his only dynamic. He don't have no other dynamic. That's all he got. That's his only game.
Oh, God damn. You acting like this man's horrible. Come on.
Russell can't shoot.
You think the personal bias behind you, man.
Russell cannot shoot. What else can Russell Westbrook do besides drive the ball? You telling me he's a shooter?
Look, he doesn't have to be a shooter. He's a world shooter. All he needs to do is be the playmaker. He's a point guard, bro. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't have to jack up 1,000 damn threes, especially while I'm in the room so that the offense will be changed a bit. I mean, what was his point? You already got Harden doing most of the scoring. All Westbrook has to do is make the screen, do screen, do pick and roll, and it's to be there as the second option for scoring, but not be the top scorer. He's just meant to be the playmaker.
When has Russell ever accepted the role? You've had Paul George and you've had Kevin Durant on your team. When has Russell ever said, you know what, I'm going to be the second option?
Honcho, the man's getting over. The man's taking over one of his best friends. He even said that he is tired of scoring all those points. What does that tell you, Honcho? You really think he's going to go ahead and make sure? You think he's going to? Do you really think he's going to get average a triple this season?
I don't know. Let's hope not for Capella's sake.
Look, he has the center. He has the shooters. Mm-hmm. He's not going to do that this season, Honcho. He has everything he needs in the team. I just feel like that selfishness of Russell Westbrook, I really feel like he's going to change his game because he knows what he's walking into. He's not walking into a first-time exit. He's walking into a potential championship right there. Why fuck it up and be selfish? I'm going to leave my case, man. I've been on this line too long, man. I'm going to talk to you later, Honcho.
All right, Ron. Appreciate the call, man.
Man, anytime.
It is Friday, and y'all know on fucking Friday we do a certain thing. Fuck Russell Westbrook. I don't give a damn until I see it translate into wins. I'm not changing my mind. I changed my mind on the fucking Beverly CP3 situation. You see what that got us into. I'm not changing it until it pays dividends. I'm sticking Samson Simpson. I stick by my story. Okay, I'm not changing the game. Okay, I don't care. I will be more than happy to eat the crow. Matter of fact, I got it cleaned up in the. I had it cleaned up in the South Sports Studios. You know, I got the crow ready and accessible. You know, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to eat nothing right now. I ate my crow earlier. Look, I got the crows accessible. I got everything clean and neat and just prepared for whatever I need it for. Matter of fact, I'm going to invest in a bigger crow, too. I'm going to get on a bigger crow. Do something outrageous. If Russell Westbrook, let's set something up here. I will do a stream dressed in some shit Russell Westbrook wears, but we have to set a standard of something that the Rockets have to do as a team, and he has to do as an individual player. And I will come on this stream dressed in some old weird ass shit like, well, y'all know how much I hate questionable fashion and all that dumb shit. We'll find a way. We'll put it all together, and I will wear some weird ass. I'll throw some glasses on, probably one of his little goofy head, man, everything. To the T, and some weird shit. I'll get some weird ass shit. What all the weird shit that he would wear that one time and throw that shit away. But we got time. It doesn't have to be right now. Okay? It doesn't have to be right now. That'll be the ultimate crow. We have to decide what is either he has to average a certain thing and the Rockets have to get to a certain point, or whatever it may be. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what it has to be, man. Because look, I do not like Russell. I don't. It's just something about the dude I have not been a fan of up until this point, and I refuse to flip the script because when I did that last time for Chris Paul, because I wasn't a fan of the Chris Paul move, and then I was like, fuck it, blah, blah, blah. You really didn't get us to, it didn't really make us that much better. You see Montrez go on and get better. You see Beverly start getting all the, if Beverly would have stayed there, he still would have got that national notoriety. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not going to say the Chris Paul move didn't improve the team in certain ways. He did what he was here to do. He helped James Harden step his defensive game up and kind of, upgrade his mentality when it comes to the game. So we saw James Harden kind of do some things that we I don't sneeze on cam. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, how about that? How about that? I'll wear a Westbrook jersey. Look, I really don't wear jerseys. And it's a personal thing. It's nothing against anybody. I rock shirts. I'm like, that's just a personal reason I don't wear jerseys really like that. Plus my weight fluctuates to be thinking I need a triple XL one month, and next month I need a fucking large. But if Westbrook, we'll have to set some stats, we'll set a stat line or whatever. And if it happens, I will wear a little pop concert. That'll be the last time y'all ever hear from me. It'll be the assault charges, be to beat up some little kids or some shit. Y'all really going overboard. Now look, don't get slime credit. That's some old Texan shit. But I'm just not a fan, man. It's like I said, I'm not a fan, though. Like, I can't just believe that he's going to change his game. I can't see it. Like, to me, I don't know. Like I said, it'll just have to happen. It's just one of the most inefficient players in the league, in my opinion. All the other stats are cool, fine and dandy. I think those triple-doubles are manufactured. The teammates are with it just because we have to appease, Russell, so he'll pass the ball, hopefully. Little shit like that. Like, I'm just not with it, man. Taking folks away from the Sun. The Rockets are the Southern League. But yeah, I seen that little Clemens look nice. Who else? Shit, the Earthquake's taking the attention away from the Summer League. That's what's taking the attention away. Shit, motherfuckers should be dribbling and falling into a fucking crack. Fucking deal, man. Who we got calling in to the sauce line this evening?
Joe.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Trey, what's the motherfucking deal? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. How you feeling about this situation? How you feeling about the Rockets? What's your thoughts?
Honestly, I feel like this trade is either going to go really well or pretty bad. The main problem that I see with Russell Westbrook is I'm pretty sure he's coming off another knee surgery this offseason. I think he might have had one. I saw an OKC fan talking about it, so that might be a problem if that suddenly starts acting up. But other than that, I think one of the things that we were missing was that with Chris Paul missing all those games and him not being able to beat his guy like he was the first time he was here, like the first season when we went to the Western Conference Finals, it put a lot of load on James Harden, and it allowed people to stack up on their the 3-point shooters, Chris Paul would drive to the basket. And I feel like with Russell Westbrook, he still has talent to beat his guy, and maybe we could see something where James or Russell drive the basket, and they kick out to the other one, and then they drive and kick out to a wide open PJ Tucker or Eric Gordon or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, given another guy who can consistently, attack the basket. Every now and then we see Eric Gordon. I don't know why he wouldn't do it more, but he flashes of that from him. But dudes, that's his biggest strength because that's really all he can do. I don't care what anybody says. That does open up some opportunities because you have to respect that it's not about everybody just worrying about James being the only guy who can attack the basket. But again, I think that the people who ever guard Russ, like I say, if James is attacking the basket, they're going to sag after him and they're going to let Russell shoot about Russell shooting ball. So I think it's going to be up to D'Antoni to put some wrinkles into this offense to make it to improve it. I just don't know, man. Like I say, it's just gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take, man. It looks like the screen is melting. It probably is so enraged by this trade that shit is melting all around me. It's like the little dog in the fire and shit. No, that ain't that bad. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, but I feel like with Russell Westbrook, also I think he's also attacking rebounds kind of during the games. Like he would go after the rebound, and so that might also help us with our defensive rebounds, which utterly destroyed us in multiple Golden State games. And also, like what one of those callers had said before, I feel like Mike D'Antoni, this needs to be his last year. I was really happy when I heard that the contract extension talks failed because I did not want to him back. When you see a man in the huddle, like if you're in like a first quarter or a timeout huddle, it's like, okay, guys, we need to make a stop. Well, we need to make a stop. That's why you call the timeout. How are we going to do it? An offensive play? Like, what are we doing? I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, what cliche thing is he going to say this time? Like, if they probably allowed phones on the sidelines, they would look at their phones while Mike D'Antoni was talking. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a proven year for him, and even if they are successful, I don't know. I think that he's gonna really have to take it all away for them to really work out a deal that is going to be some long term. But then I heard, that it was his agent that was having a problem with some of the talks they were having. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's I don't know, man. I don't really have a big issue with D'Antoni. I just we'll just have to see what happens.
I also feel like with the amount of shooters, because I feel like this is the best like offensive team that Russell Westbrook's been on, and with all those shooters, he's just gonna have an even bigger lead to the basket,
Yeah, I mean that is true. Like I say, there will be opportunity. I'm not knocking that it's an upgrade overall. It is. I just have a personal beef. He don't know about the beef, know me, but I have beef with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean, and one last point that like Russell Westbrook could be good with is I think I lost my train of thought. I don't know, but Honcho, all I gotta say, the video looks like you're in a hurricane. It's melting. You're cackling over here like an old crow. What's up, man?
Yeah, so I see everybody saying that. I have no idea. My screen looks. I'm wondering if it's the service that I use to do the multiple streams. But I use a different service to stream it to YouTube and then to Facebook at the same time. And let me pull up and see how it looks on Facebook. But yeah, I see everybody talking about that. That it's Hurricane Honcho going on. So we'll see what's happening with this. Let me take a look and see what type of shenanigans are going on. If it's too bad, probably end up writing it down. But let me take a look. Let me see what type of. Oh my God! Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, what happened?
Okay, I remembered what I had to say. So, what I feel like with James and Russell Westbrook being like better friends, like really good friends in high school, like Roman said, I feel like Russell Westbrook, if he asks Harden to like be more at the 3-point line when Russell has the ball sometimes and he's 3-point, I feel like Harden's more likely to listen to that because sometimes a lot of times CP3 had the ball, it was like a 4-on-5 for the good like 7 seconds because Harden was in the line, like he was out of the picture for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, but that's important though. So I think that with them being buddies, they're more willing to listen. I think that Harden tried to take some of the CP3's advice, and then I think he got to a point where he's like, well, shit, motherfucker, your ass ain't even here half the time. How the fuck I'm gonna listen to you? You telling me shit, but you ain't helping shit because you falling apart over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like their numbers are both gonna dip quite a bit, but I feel like overall they're gonna do really well together. And then you also have Austin Rivers coming in, which is another good spot up 3-point shooter. So it's not like Russell Westbrook's gonna be all the time with his pretty bad 3-point shooting, which might improve because we've seen like people's like percentages just like kind of go up, I guess I could say, in Houston, or they're taking more efficient shots. So maybe Dean with Mike in 24 year before like he gets let go, unless he get a championship. That might help Russell understand like better shot selections.
Yeah, that might be. We'll see. Like I say, it's just I'm not really hoping at anything until I see it, and that's where I'm going with that. And I'm not even going to be excited. I'm not even going to be until I see something. I'm just going to let it be. I'm just going to let it be. So it is what it is. But I don't know. Oh, this anything else you got to do, man?
I think that's all I had to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I appreciate your call, and then I'm gonna probably get ready to wind it down. I'm gonna vent a little bit after I wind down because I know the screen's looking crazy. So I appreciate you calling in there and your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we make that the last call here. It's looking crazy, and it's like I'm looking at it on Facebook. It looks like shit. So it's always something. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Finally give y'all some rockets up, then this happens. I fight that Westbrook. I want all the plex, goddamn. But here's the deal. Oh, Corey Kenneth in the house. Shit, is the weather even supposed to be coming this way? I thought it was supposed to be going to Louisiana. I don't ever watch the weather, so I don't ever know. I don't find out until shit outside. I get blown away. Yeah, man. So here's the deal. We're gonna get ready to wind up. Get ready for the den here at 10. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all are terrible people. Y'all are all bad people. I fucks with y'all, but shame on y'all. Get a line and all that other stuff, man. Shit. Like I was telling y'all last night, I was trying to force an opening for Scotty to get cut. They did. They ain't had no openings today, tomorrow, so they gotta wait until Monday to send this podcast. But it's all good. He said, well, the trade video, that shit did not age poor. That shit aged like fine cheeses. I was right. I was angry about the CP3 move, and I was correct. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So in the end, I was right. Beverly didn't upgrade. What's his name? Everybody else didn't upgrade. Where's what was old buddy's name? What was the white dude we traded with, Montrez and Decker? I haven't been paying attention to Decker, man. Where's Decker been up to, man? I have not been paying any attention to Decker. I like Decker for the little bit of time that he did get to shine. Is he still with the Chips, or have they offloaded him somewhere? Is he somewhere in the relationship with donuts? Lou Will. I don't even want to talk about Lou Will. Let's like not even talk about any of that. Lou Will, because they were talking about somebody being the sixth man. He was clowning. He was like he was capping on their ass. Oh, Decker, I do that. That'll get him a Me Too charge. That'll be it for him. But here's the deal, man. We did at 10 tonight. Like we do every night. We talking crazy. It is Friday for the grown folks on Friday. So you chillins, that we'll be seeing that age restriction filter tonight in the den. Bring all the goofy asses up in it. But I appreciate y'all. Yeah, it did. It aged well. Unlike you, Kenneth. So like I said, we ended at the end of 10, and I will be chopping up with y'all about whatever random silliness we have. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. We will have more Rocket Talk coming in the near future. Like I said, I've just been doing other things, and I got a lot of it pretty much in order how I want to start approaching a lot of stuff today. And we're just going from there, man. So with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining, and tell a friend about the sauce, the rocket sauce, all that good stuff. And I'm gone. Y'all be cool. Y'all be cool. This thing right here.